in our IPv4 concepts, we have classes. We have class A, class B, as well as class C IPs, having 4 blocks included. And these classes, that means all the IP addresses available, are again categorized into 2 categories called as global IPs as well as local IPs. Any IP address we have out of this rule, they are in 2 categories. So in class A we have global IPs, class C we can have global IPs. Likewise, we learn. This is what the use of this global and local IP incident. Right. Whenever our devices are connected to the internet, I'll go to a certain LAN. And here we have a local LAN network. And this is connected to the internet. When this is connecting, we need to use a router, and router will give you the connectivity to the internet. That's okay. Now, whenever these devices are called A, B, C, as well as D, even the switch is there, and here we have the router. A will be given an IP address. I just say that it is 192.168.7.8. This is also given another IP address 192.168.7.9. This is 192.7.168.7.8. Is it possible to assign IP address like this? A has 7.8, D is also having 7.8. Can I? Possible? No. A, within the same network, you are going to have the same IP. It can't be. So I have used another IP address, I will use it as 10. Then fine. Now this is connected to the internet. Then in the internet, it is connecting the whole world. So there can be another network formed. Right. Say that this network is of our school network, school A. And this network is of a bank. That is also connected to the internet through the router. This is going to have the IP addresses like this: 192.168.7.8, 192.168.7.9. Possible or not? These are 2 organizations. This is our school. Our school, there are computers. Then IP addresses are assigned. Then these from America, there will be a bank. The American company, they don't know there's a network like our school, right? On the other hand, do you know the branches used in the America, Australia, New Zealand, and the other countries? We don't know. Do we know the IP address that they are using as well? We don't know. So when we set up a network, we just assign IP addresses as we know. But if that IP address is used in some other area, some other network in the internet, then there's a collision, there's a conflict. Will that be a matter or not? That's the point. So theoretically, you may feel that same IP address can't be used in another device when they are connected together. Suddenly, if this is not connected to the internet, this at bank, not connected to the internet. Now is it possible to have those IP addresses to be repeated there? Then none shape. Hey, no connection. But it may be connected to the internet. Then how would it be? So this arrangement is okay, that is accepted. Then consider something like this. This is the internet. Into the internet, there's a certain web server or host. We'll have an IP address like 210, 7, 15, and 3. Then into the internet, we have another device connected. This is another server. This is the bbc.com. This is yahoo.com. Assume that. That is also going to be assigned with 210.7.15.3. Can or can't? Into the internet, there are two hosts directly connected having the same IP. Can or can't, as you feel. That is not possible forever. Why? They are directly connected to the largest network called as internet. They are face to face. But the idea here is this bank network and our school network are not directly exposed to the internet. They were hidden by the router. Can you remember that I taught you that router will break your connectivity into the external as well as internal. So this is the router which will separate your local and the external world. It is just like a gateway. It's gateway. Then from here onwards, it is the internet. This is the internet side. This is the local side. Again, for this one, this is the local side. And that is the internet side. Then what the internet is, regarding the internet, it can observe the devices that are directly connected to the internet. Though the full school network is connected to the internet through the router, internet can see only this interface, that's all. So internet can't directly see these hosts. They were hidden by the gateway. Did you understand that? Why? These devices are not directly connected to the internet. They were connected through the router. So router will break your exposure to the internet. Why? This is giving a wall. This is giving a gate. So then, internal to the router is a separate territory, while other side of the router is another territory. So this side is for the internet, this side is for the LAN. Then, though we have IP address available within the LAN like this, is this IP address exposed to the internet or is this not exposed to the internet? Now, 7.8, will that be exposed to the internet or it is hidden? It is hidden. This gateway, the router will hide that IP address to the internet. Even the same story comes to this bank as well, bank branch. Here it has 7.8. That is not directly exposed to the internet. Why? The router will hide it. Then into this interface, into this router interface, there should be an IP address assigned by this particular network administrator. We'll say that it is going to be 109.7.8.30. And into this interface, we'll have another one. Say that it is going to be 58.7.52.30 or 136. This IP address of this interface. This IP address of this interface. Then whenever this host, understand this well, whenever this host is going to visit this Yahoo, the IP address of A will be brought to the router. Then router will go to the internet, not with this IP, with the IP address available in the other side of the router. And with this IP address, it is exposed to the internet. Do you understand it? When I want to go there, I may go up to the router. Then the router will go on behalf of this user to the internet with this IP and bringing that web page. Clear? Then the return IP address, the return data will be first delivered to the router by their address to the router. And router will deliver that to the internal network, how it is going to be. Do you understand this communication? Yes or no? Harani? අර ඔය කියපුවම කට්ටිය ඉතින් තරහ වෙනවා මාත් ඉතින් නොකියත් බෑ කියන්නම් බෑ. දැන් සාමාන්‍යයෙන් හිතන්නකො මෙතන අපේ ලෝකේ වෙන දේවල් මම දැකපු දේවල් නේ. මේවා එක එක කරන් හරිනම් තොප්පි දාගන්න මම එක එක කරන් නම් කියන්නේ නැහැ මම එහෙම දන්නෙත් නැහැ. දැන් සමහර ඉන්නවනේ අර දැන් නැහැ දැන් ගෲප් ක්ලාස් නැහැ. දැන් ක්ලාස් වල සමහර ඉන්නේ අර ඉතින් කොල්ලෙක් ඉන්න නිකන් කෙල්ලෝ ටිකක් වට කරගෙන කොල්ලෝ සෙට් එකක් ඉන්නවනේ. කෙල්ලෝ ටික ඉන්න දැන් කෙල්ලෝ 4 දෙනෙක් විතර ඉන්නවා. ඌ සෙට් කර එයාත් එක්ක කොල්ලෙක් ඉන්නවා. කොල්ලා තමයි ඒතකොට කෙල්ලොන්ගේ වැඩ ටික ඔක්කොම කරන්නේ. එහෙම කට්ටිය ඉන්නවනේ. ඒක කොල්ලාට තේරෙන්නේ නැහැ. ඔකට අපි කියන්නේ කඩේ යනවා කියලානේ. සමහර කෙනා පැණියා කියලාත් කියනවා. අපිට ඒව දාන්නේ. හරි. දැන් මේ එහෙම කෙනෙක් කියලා හිතන්නකෝ. එතකොට මේගොල්ලන්ට ඕන වැඩේ කරගන්න. අනේ කමාල් මට බනිස් එකක් ගෙනෙන් දෙන්නකෝ. එතකොට මේ උන්ද යන්නේ කඩේට. ඉතින් ඉන්නට මං ගෙනෙන් දෙන්න. දැන් එයාගේ නම නෙවෙයි හයිඩ් වෙන්නේ. ඌ යනවා කඩේ. ගිහලා බේකරි ටික බනිසක් අරන් ඇවිල්ලා ආනේ දැන් බේකරිය දකින්නේ අර ගෑන් ළමයා යනවා කියලා කොල්ලා එනවා කියලා. කොල්ලා නෑනේ කඩේ. මේ රවුටර් එක යන්නේ. ගිහලා සල්ලි දීලා බනිසුත් අරගෙන ඇවිල්ලා මෙතෙන්ට දෙනවා. බේන් ඔයාගේ බනිස බේන් කණ්ඩායම්. මම කියනවා මේ මගේ පොත් ඉවර අතනම් පොතක් ගන්න විදියක් නැහැ. මාර වැඩි දැන් යන්න විදියකුත් නැහැ. පොතක් ගෙන දෙන්න බැයිද? ඉතින් මූ යනවා. ඒක කියන්නේ මුට. මූ යනවා කඩේ. පොත අරන් එනවා. ඔක තමයි දැනෙන්නේ. එහෙම කට්ටිය ඉන්නවා නම් තේරුම් ගන්න මාත් ඒ මාත් රවුටර් එකක් වගේ තමයි කියලා. මේ අනිත් උන්දලා තේරුම් ගන්න we are just like host in our school. Okay. Hi. Then this is the job running here. So when it comes to the router represents the whole internet. It is exposed to the whole internet. Whereas the local devices are hidden from the whole world. Then whenever this wants to access a certain web address or web page, those websites are directly connected to the internet. They are available in the internet. Then whenever this host comes, this is continuing to the router, and router will take that IP address, router will take that request, then representing into the internet using the address available in the router. If we have this IP address repeatedly available here, is that a matter for these internet connections? Not at all. Why? When this goes to the internet, it is taking this IP address and going there. So 109.7.8.3. When this is going there, it represents this IP address of the internet. Right? Now you understand that is it possible to have this IP address 109, this one given to another server, this also be 109.7.8.30. Now is it possible? This IP address is going to be used into this router interface. That is not. Then that is a conflict. This is one territory, this is another territory. Right? So then I hope that you are clear how this is going to be. Then whenever there are IP addresses available in the internet, now these IP addresses directly used in the internet, they are called as global IPs. Global IPs means the IP addresses which are directly connected to the internet. Local IPs, they are IP addresses which are used in the internal networks. These are used in the internal networks. So there is also one such. Right. Then when it comes to this global as well as local IPs, it is possible to have the duplicate IPs in local or global then. I need your answer. Is it possible to repeat the IP addresses which are from the local category or global category? Local categories. Why? They are not exposed to the internet. Here, our school network will have this. Our bank will have this. University will have this. Some other places will have this. But they are representing the internet with the IP address available in the router. Now, The real use of this distribution is this. You understand the scenario? When you go for the IPv4, we said that we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Then each block goes from 0 to 55. If so, how many possible IP combinations can it create? This can create 4 billion different IP addresses. IPv4 will prepare around 4 billion. Then assume that the entire world, what is the population of the whole world? Now it's gradually reducing. Population of the entire world? I don't know, you may know. Population of the whole world? No. I think 7 billion, right? 7 billion. සමහර කෙනා 33 කෝටියක් දෙවිවරුත් ඉන්නවා ඔකට කියලා. ඒක අපි අදාරියමුකෝ. We just say that 7 billion people are there. Assume that these are the possible IP addresses we have. If every person in the world is going to use a device, if every person in the world is going to use a network device connected to the internet, such every device, say that my smartphone is connected to the internet, every person has to have, then all those hosts needs IP addresses. If every person has a device to connect into the internet, how many IP addresses we need then? If the population is 7 billion, we need 7 billion IPs. හරිනේ? Population එක 7 billion නම් ලෝකෙ ඉන්න හැමෝටම device එකක් තියෙනවා නම් phone එකක් හරි computer එකක් හරි තියෙනවා නම් internet connect වෙන්න 7 billion IP address ඕන හරි විදිහට ගියොත්. ප්‍රශ්නේ තියෙන්නේ IPv4 වල 7 billion නැහැ. 4යි තියෙන්නේ. 4 billion. තුනක් case. ඕක තමයි මේ solution එක ගෙනන්නේ. එතකොට we are categorizing the available IPs into local and global. Now this IP address which is considered as local is going to be used with this device. So same IP address is used by these two devices, but still they can connect with the internet. Then on the other way around, this IP here we have is representing all the hosts available in this network. So we need to have only one, whereas this is going to give you many more representation. Then if this is going to have 200 hosts connected, no problem, all these 200s will have the same IP to represent in the internet. Then won't it be a solution for this lack of IP address issue? Do you understand that? මෙහෙම තිබ්බේ නැත්තම් හැමෝම direct IP address use කරොත් එහෙම 7 billion IP ඕන. ඒක තමයි මේ කට්ට වැඩේ කරේ. router එකක් දැම්මා, gateway එකක් දැම්මා, gateway එකේ එහා පැත්තට දෙනවා internet IP එකක්. අනිත් අයට දෙනවා ඕගොල්ලෝගේ IP එකක්. These IPs can be repeated in the other networks, other network. Then all those devices will have repeating IP addresses, but no matter at the internet, they are not going to get conflict. Why? This is the IP exposed to the internet. So these 200 hosts are represented by one IP. Here we have, if it's class B, we can have 65,000 hosts. That 65,000 hosts are also representing this IP. So in that way, with few number of IP addresses, we can manage the entire internet activities. But when it comes to a Yahoo-like computer, Yahoo is a web server. Can that be given? Can that be hidden from the internet, or should that be exposed to the internet directly? Yahoo computer. Yahoo අපේ computer එක වගේ hide වෙලා ඉන්න ඕනද internet එකේ නැත්නම් එයා internet එකට කෙලින්ම set වෙලා ඉන්න ඕනද? අපේ computer එක නම් hide නේ අපි. That has to be exposed. එහෙනම් the Yahoo computer, should that be assigned with local IP or global IP? Yahoo has to have a global IP. Facebook, should that be global or local? Global. Google, they are sources which are directly available in the internet. They must be with real IPs or global IPs. But whenever we are going to connect our smartphones, our laptops, our school computers, We don't need to have a direct exposure to the internet, so we are going to have local IPs assigned. Now I think you have a clear idea behind this local and global IP difference. Correct? So these global IPs are also called as real IPs. These are local IPs, also called as private IPs, and real IPs are also called as public IPs. So all these words representing these two groups. But there's another story. Whenever we go for these global IPs, which are used in the internet, you and me can't use them. Why? We have to pay and get the global IPs. What is that? If we are to use such a real IP, they are not freely available. You have to make a payment and reserve your real IP from that specific class. Class C real IP, class B real IP. So then that is why we people are using local IPs. That's another story. If you want a certain real IP to be used, that has to be paid and reserved. So Yahoo is using certain IP address. So that IP can't be used by any other person. Why? You are not allowed. Yahoo has paid for that IP and reserved it. If this payment is not there, anyone will use any real IP. Then again the conflict will arise. So to avoid that, all these IP addresses have to be registered. Then the specific host can use only the registered IP. If someone else is using that, the owner can take legal actions against that. This is my IP. How can you use it? You understand that well, like? Why? This is a bigger internet. We don't know what are the other IP addresses used by the people. So my question is, in our activities, so we people are using our mobile internet as well as our Wi-Fi internet. Then by that time, where do we have the real IP? Are we being assigned with real IP or local IPs, our devices? So your computer, your smartphone, is that having a local IP or global IP? It's a local IP. So that local IP is given by the Dialog network or Mobitel network, SLT network. So that's their network, ISP. They'll maintain their host inside that. And Dialog or SLT, they'll have a real IP to go to the internet. Fine. So then that's the idea how this is going to be really done. So then the ISPs will hide our IP from the internet. So our home routers are not connected directly to the internet. No, they are not. So our home router is just connected to the Dialog network. Here, this is our home router that is connected to the Dialog network. So then this is connecting my smartphone, laptop internally. Hi. This is connecting to the Dialog router mainly. If I'm going, this is a Dialog router we have. So that is connected. That connect is still wireless, and this is exposing to the internet. Now this is the place where we have the global IP. Got it? Now you will understand how this network arrangement is. So this is good, right? To have a certain idea. Then this is not sub networks. This is our home network. So then this is set to be as the home Wi-Fi system. And this is going to have a long distance communication through microwave channels going from Dialog, your router, and router will bring that to there. And Dialog maintain a bigger router. Dialog maintain a bigger gateway. I can't say it as a router really. I may maintain as a Dialog gateway. So then this interface has the global IP to represent all these home addresses to there. Not only my home, other homes are also like that. Correct? Then other important point I want to say is these IP addresses are not freely available. We have to pay and get them reserved. So you have not directly connect the Dialog to the internet in the diagram. And this one is connected to the internet, right? That's not the internet. Oh, yes. Sorry. That's my mistake. Fine. You are correct. So not this. Sorry. The drawing has to be connecting to that one. Sorry. So this is going to be having the global IP. This place. And this dialog is going to be connected into the internet in this way. And sorry for that one. This is a dialog gateway we have. How do you differentiate local IPs and global IPs? Now, the use is known to us. Then whenever we go for the local IPs, the IPs we can use for free of charge, they are of these ranges. If you go for class A, now I am going for the private IP address ranges. So class A local range is 10.0.0.0 to 10.255.255.255. These IP addresses are class A local IP addresses. That means if the IP address starts from 10 and having the other 3 octets assigned with any number going from 0 to 255, they are of local IPs. That's the class A local IP. Then likewise, class B local IP address range, that goes with 172.16.0.0 to 172.31.255.255. Then class B quite confusing. First octet should be obviously 172. Second should go from 16 to 31, whereas the other 2 octets can be in. They are local class B. Class C is very easy. Class C local IP address, that is going to be 192.168.0.0 to 192.168.255 to 255. So then these are the local IP ranges. Then all the other IP addresses from these classes are going to be the global IPs. So if I'm going to go for IP like class A, 31.51.91 and 3, local or global, 31 starting. This class A, that is going to be 31, 31, 51, 91.3, global the local. Is that class A, B or C? 31 on class A. Then since it is not 10, this is going to be a global IP. So this an IP address should be available in internet directly, not in your local networks. So then these are assigned with local IPs 192.168. Class C 192.168 local. So and other octet can be any. Then this is also like that. Then in our networks we are not having. Now we'll check the IP address I have in my computer. We can check that using what command? I told you earlier, right? CMD IP config. Then it gives me the IP address what? This 192.168. That's a local IP given for me, right? From my route. Now the other thing is, if I check my real IP, now that's a local IP assigned to my computer by my local router. Fine. If I check my real IP, how what is it? Still I can check it. So there are websites now. Now I said that my current IP is not exposed to the internet. I am here hiding from my gateway. Then from a party in the internet can check my real IP in this point. Why? That site will see what this is, not my original IP. So if I have to check that, I can have there are some websites available. You can check it. Don't get this right. Now when you go there, they say that my IPv4 address is this 112.137. This is my real IP when I am representing in the internet. The internet host can see this 112. 112 is of class C, class C real IP. That is the IP address that I am using at this moment to connect with the internet. But locally, I am going to have my IP in my local network, IP config, that is 192.168.1.9. So this is that, and the website gave me the IP address used by the router to be exposed into the internet. Hope that you are clear now. Alright. So then have that idea how this network flow, the local global difference. That's a very simple thing, but they are practical. They are really interesting. I don't know about you people. I think it's interesting, right? Isn't it? Next thing is you must memorize these IP address ranges. In the past papers, they have never asked which of the following is a local IP, but we can expect that. MCQ, which of the following IP is a local IP? Which of the following is a global IP? You should know. Right? Of global IPs. Then I will just have some examples. You may just list them. If you go for examples like this, I just give you an IP address like this. So that 59.182. Just take examples. Then 3.9. Is this global or local? Take these examples and write them. What is this? 59, that is from class A. This we can write it like class A global name or public. Then another one I will say that 172 48 9.5. 172 48 9.5. Class මොකද්ද? What is the class? 172 නම් class B, local the global. Class B, local or global? Global, right? Local now, the second octet should be in between 16 to 31. This is outside there. Then this is going to be class B, global. Then another example, we'll say that 10.81.72.9. What is that? Class A, local or global? Class A, local, starting from 10 in class A. This class A, local. So sometimes there can be a question for you to differentiate local global IPs. Even whenever you get hints behind this network drawing, sometimes they'll give you IP addresses. They may be big hints to decide whether they are locally available or globally available by observing the global localness. Sometimes they'll give you the network administrator has been given this IP block. එතකොට ඒක local එකක් නම් okay, which is used to be in the LAN. If it is going to be given in the internet, you may understand that this is an IP address range found in the internet, not to be assigned to the local networks. Correct? Administrator global IP range එකක් දෙන්නත් පුළුවන්. එහෙම වුණොත් ඒක LAN එකට නෙවෙයි ගහන්නේ එළියට ගහන්න. They are with direct host to be connected into the internet. Right? So then that is the next thing you should know about this global local IP address. Hope that clear to you all. So then you have the responsibility of keeping them in your head. When you write this 2-3 times, that will be there. Class A easy, class C easy, class B again 16 to 31. The middle one. Hurry.